The first day of college is a significant milestone in anyone's life. My name is Emma. It was a blend of nervous anticipation, excitement, and a hint of fear of the unknown. I had spent weeks preparing, visualizing how it would go, and imagining the adventures that awaited me. When the day finally arrived, it surpassed all my expectations and became a memory I would cherish forever. As the morning sunlight streamed through my window, I woke up with a mix of exhilaration and anxiety. My heart raced as I thought about stepping into a new world. Dressed in carefully chosen clothes that reflected a balance of comfort and style, I looked in the mirror, trying to calm my jittery nerves. Today is the beginning of something new, I whispered to myself, grabbing my backpack and stepping out of the door. The drive to college was surreal. The familiar streets of my hometown seemed to blur as my mind raced with questions. Would I make friends? Would the professors be intimidating? Could I keep up with the academic workload? These thoughts circled in my head, accompanied by the rhythmic hum of the car engine. When we pulled into the college parking lot, the sprawling campus stretched before me, a bustling hive of activity. Students moved in groups, some chatting animatedly, others absorbed in their phones or maps of the campus. The buildings, with their grand architecture, loomed large, each telling a story of history and knowledge. My parents gave me a reassuring smile as I stepped out of the car. "You've got this," they said in unison before driving off, leaving me to face this monumental day alone. As I walked toward the main building, I clutched the map and schedule tightly in my hand. Orientation banners fluttered in the breeze, and cheerful volunteers directed newcomers to various areas. I was soon ushered into the auditorium for the welcome session. The hall was massive, filled with hundreds of students, all as wide-eyed as I was. The energy was electric. After a formal introduction to the college and its rich heritage, the dean's speech left us inspired and slightly less nervous. "This is where your journey begins," he said, his voice resonating with warmth and encouragement. The first lecture of the day was in the English department. Navigating the labyrinth of corridors was an adventure in itself. Along the way, I stumbled upon other freshmen equally lost, and we shared nervous smiles. When I finally found the right classroom, I hesitated before stepping in. The room was abuzz with chatter, and I quickly scanned the seats for an empty spot. Choosing one near the window, I settled in, stealing glances at my classmates. Everyone seemed as eager and apprehensive as I felt. Our professor entered, and the room fell silent. She introduced herself and began by sharing anecdotes about her own first day at college. Her humor and warmth instantly put us at ease. She explained the course outline, and as she spoke, my initial fears began to dissipate. I felt a spark of excitement. This was the beginning of something profound. During the lunch break, I ventured into the cafeteria, a buzzing epicenter of activity. The aroma of freshly prepared food mingled with the lively conversations. Holding my tray, I scanned the room, searching for a place to sit. Just as I felt the pangs of isolation creeping in, a girl waved me over. Her name was Sarah, and she introduced me to her group of friends. Within moments, we were laughing over shared apprehensions and discovering common interests. It was astonishing how quickly strangers could become allies in this new chapter of life. The afternoon was filled with campus tours and club introductions. From debating societies to drama clubs, sports teams to volunteer organizations, the possibilities were endless. I felt an overwhelming sense of freedom and opportunity. End of the day, I had signed up for the Creative Writing Club and the Photography Society, eager to explore my passions. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, I found myself sitting on a bench in the campus garden. The day had been a whirlwind of emotions, new experiences, and budding friendships. I reflected on the hours that had passed and realized how much I had grown in just one day. The nervous girl who had stepped onto the campus that morning was now filled with a sense of belonging and hope. When I finally returned home, my parents eagerly awaited my stories. I recounted every detail, from the warm smiles of the professors to the camaraderie of my new friends. They listened intently, their faces glowing with pride and relief. That night, as I lay in bed, exhaustion mingled with exhilaration, I knew I had taken the first step into a new world. College was not just a place of learning. It was a gateway to self-discovery and endless possibilities. The first day of college had left an indelible mark on my heart. It was the day I realized that while change could be daunting, it was also beautiful. It taught me to embrace the unfamiliar, to find joy in new beginnings, and to trust that every journey, no matter how intimidating, begins with a single step. This was my first day at college, a day of endings and beginnings, of leaving the familiar behind and stepping into the future with courage and hope.